Yo, what's up, Rhythm and Flow? My name is Ben Godinas. I go by the name of Dubious Thoughts. Thanks for watching. Let's say something different. I didn't think about what I was going to say. What's up, Rhythm and Flow, casting directors and all that? My name is Ben Godinas. I go by the name of Dubious Thoughts, and I appreciate the opportunity.
What is your biggest personal struggle that has influenced you in your music?
I'd say the thing that really caused me to start writing rather than just freestyling or other forms of therapy was when my wife up and left me after being together 8 years, married for 6, with a 7-month-old, out of nowhere to go discover herself. And then a year later, after being divorced, my first relationship that I got into, she up and left because of my ex-wife and because I was a single father and her having to jump into that situation. And so feeling rejected after everything else that I'd gone through in my life was something that I couldn't find any relation to of anyone else that I knew in my life. I knew other people that had lost a parent. I knew people that had gone through abusive homes. I knew people that had gone through drug abuse. I know people that have gone through emotional, physical abuse. But I didn't know anybody that was a single father, was somebody that just up and left in my life that I could talk to and relate to. So my only form of therapy, my only outlet I could find was the pen to the pad, and then speaking that voice and finding my voice to a good beat.
What was your family life like growing up?
My family life was probably not the norm of a white kid growing up in Castro Valley, in California. I grew up lower middle class, split household. My father struggled with alcoholism and anger. My mom struggled with drug abuse and alcoholism as well. My dad always believed in me. He was a great father, always wanted the best for me, better than for himself and better than my other 3 siblings that were at least 17 years older than me from his first marriage of 3. But his alcoholism led to his demise. When I was 15, our house burned down with my dog inside. It said that he left a cigarette burning on his sofa. And so as a sophomore in high school, I was not only forced with dealing with my father passing, but also to be forced into living with my mom, who I didn't particularly care for at the time, nor her abusive boyfriend. And so that led me further down partying and smoking and drinking and all of that. I was arrested at 15, getting into trouble at like a 1.7 grade point average at that point. Getting into physical altercations with her boyfriend. And it was around that time that I made a decision to swim upstream, to do the opposite of what most people would think of me at that point. Like, okay, we're gonna continue to go down the same path and probably continue, to be a failure. And so I said, you know what, watch me be successful. And so I turned my grades around, I did better in sports. I started skateboarding, and that was a great therapy for me at the time. Got sponsored, and from that point, I went into film production out of high school into college, did that for 3 years, and then dropped out of college to go into sales, was moderately successful there, and in 2008, lost it all. And I found myself at 21 with no food, no water, no gas, no electricity, living back with my mom in that abusive home until my friend Corey came over, who I hadn't seen in 8 or 9 months, who was on the skateboarding team with me, and he finally convinced me to come to church with him, which I had never been to church in my entire life, was always the one that combated it in any type of religion or faith. And months later, I finally accepted Christ into my life. From that point, my life just started seeing more blessings, and I just became on a mission to inspire others, to bring people up, meet them where they are, relate, but on the biggest platform I could find, try to give people hope.
In the pew. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand.
Why should you be chosen to be on Rhythm and Flow?
We all want better for the next generation. Once you have a kid, you want better for your kid than you had it, right? But the music that's played on mainstream right now, I can't play to my 3-year-old. I don't want my 3-year-old talking about doing drugs, cheating on their spouse, and cursing God. So I want to make music that we can be proud of. I want music that will better the next generation. I want to make music that will make people bob their head, have fun too, but yet think, and I want to inspire them to live their best life, to be the best version of themselves, to bring out their talents, and to hopefully lead them to God in some way or another in their own path. But I want to share my story. I want to bring people out of the trenches. I want to relate to people as they're going through tough times. And I want to inspire other artists. I want to inspire other record labels. And I want to inspire my fans to be the best version that they can and to use their God-given talents. And as a byproduct, sure, I want to make millions from that. So I hope you guys see the vision, and I hope you guys join with me in that.
I just want to make movies through my music. I want people to be moved by music again, not just physically bobbing their head to audible crap that's in the background that when you really listen to it, you're like, what did I just say? In Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, he talks about a gentleman by the name of Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes was determined to work with Thomas Edison. He said, I will burn all bridges behind me and stake my entire future on my ability to get what I want. So he left himself no possible way of failure or he would perish. And that's all I'm looking for, is that opportunity. I want to burn all bridges. I only want to make music. It consumes me. It affects my work daily because I can't focus on anything other than writing, making music. And I've been seeking that outlet my entire life. And hip hop is it. It's my bloodline. It's what I was made to do. But I think one of my greatest talents is my ability to speak boldly, unapologetically, and speak into people's lives for the greater good. And frankly, I feel like I'm one of the world's best kept secrets. All I'm trying to find my entire life has been try to find that vehicle to get on the biggest platform possible and to inspire others and see other people succeed. That's what gives me the most gratification, is seeing other people succeed. And if my music can inspire lives, I can go to the grave knowing that I gave it my all. And that's all that matters at the end of the day.
For a purpose, no regret. Don't sit and wait for your death certificate. Waking from a dream, then do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Live for a purpose, no regret. Don't sit and wait for your death certificate. Waking from a dream, then do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Live for a purpose, no regret. Don't sit and wait for your death certificate. Waking from a dream, then do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Live for a purpose, no regret. Don't sit and wait for your death certificate. Do it, do it, do it. Live for a purpose, no regret. Don't sit and wait for your death certificate. Wake up from a dream, then do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change the game. I'm trying to bring it back to the roots of hip hop. I'm trying to bring out what was good about hip hop and do something different that is hip hop.
Like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, like, elementary school, middle school, I did talent shows. And 5th grade, I choreographed my own dance to Cheap Sunglasses by ZZ Top. In 6th grade, I did a dance to Maya featuring Missy Elliott, 7th grade, I did Men in Black. I choreographed a dance with 2 others. Want to change the culture, picking off lost souls like a vulture. Want to go to war like a soldier. One of my inspirations is a man by the name of Lecrae. I've been following him since the day I became a Christian, and really before, because my pastor turned me on to him and showed me that there's good music made by believers. So I was open to it. So I listened to Jesus music, one of his first major releases, and from there I've been a big fan because he's been an agent of change, not only in my life, but I feel like in the hip-hop world too. And then that followed, I think, what a lot of Lecrae did is there was already Christian hip-hop. CHAs had already existed since 92, since Gospel Gangsters, that whole era. Love those guys. But what he did is he took that same message but brought it to the mainstream in a way. And he did that over evolution of time and with the changing times. And I feel like he's been able to keep up. And so all the cats that have followed him, from Annie Mineo and people that were around even before, but that have circled him, I feel like Lecrae has really spearheaded it. And he's brought Christian hip-hop to the mainstream. And in my own way, in my own hybrid, my own anomaly, as Lecrae's album is about, I want to be a little bit of that hybrid. And I want to change hip-hop in my own way. Don't get me wrong, I love old school hip-hop and I love that sound, but I know that doesn't always get radio play today. So I'm not trying to redo old school hip-hop, but I'm trying to take the message and the foundation of what they laid and make that into a new sound that is new.